Fear is the thought that I can lose that which is central, essential, most important. And I'm repeating, it's a cultivated thought.
New teacher alert! This is someone we've been recommended a lot, but no one's given us a specific video.
It's true.
It's just this teacher. How do you pronounce his name?
Acharya Prashant.
That sounded pretty good.
That's how I say it in my head.
Acharya Prashant.
But we just get it over and over. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. You will be sent to outer space.
So if you got any specific videos on this guy, toss them below.
Yes.
If we like it, we'll find out.
Ah. Jeez, man. We found one today that caught our eye. It's called How to Completely Drop Fear. I think we'll probably be enlightened after this one. Yeah.
Let's do it.
What's your name? What's your name? Nitish. Nitish, the different kinds of fears that you are talking of are just like different leaves of the same tree. It's a very horrible tree, the tree of fear. Now you can either keep plucking each single leaf, and there are thousands and thousands of such leaves. You can either keep plucking each single leaf, trying to get rid of, trying to destroy the different kinds of fears, or you can strike straight at the root. And remember, even if you keep plucking the leaves have a way to emerge again as long as the root is there. Right?
Okay.
Hey, one of our subscribers, Samuel, you said that we were, I was, mistreating the snake. And so now I'm going to treat our stuffed animals with the respect they deserve. Respect. Good first impression.
Yeah, I liked it.
Very good first impression.
I think with a lot of spiritual work, I feel like spiritual work is let me find the root.
Yeah.
It's like I have all these things and I see them reoccurring in all these different situations. Is there a way to cure all of it? Is there something that connects all of these back?
And that's a good way I've found to see if you're getting to solution work or if you're getting to patch up work. If you've seen yourself something come up like a fear, like an anxiety, and you find a way to get over that hump in the short term. But if it keeps coming back, then you know that that's not a solution. Whatever you did to get over that hump was not a solution. So you need to discard that because it's really just going to perpetuate the cycle.
Nice.
One leaf gone, two leaf gone, and you find 4 new leaves have arisen. What is the root of fear? Let's look at that. All fear arises from a sense of cultivated incompleteness. Will you attend to this phrase? Cultivated incompleteness. All fear arises from a sense of learned inadequacy. Both mean the same. Cultivated incompleteness.
That's how I would describe, from my understanding, the root of desire. Not necessarily fear. Because I would describe like desire as the feeling like you, in your essence, are not enough. And therefore you need something external to fulfill you.
Yes.
Whereas fear I've never thought of it even remotely that way.
It is interesting. Yeah. That's making me think of how desire and fear are connected. In a sense of a desire almost being a fear of not having.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's a great point.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Man.
And learned inadequacy.
Also, just learned inadequacy. That's beautiful.
That's good. That's like who Muji says conditioning. I feel like that's such a similar term, and it's like you're hearing it twice, and it gets a little stronger. Yeah.
We have cultivated a feeling within us that we are incomplete, and that incompleteness is to be filled with objects brought from outside, thoughts, ideologies, people, relationships.
Dude, that's exactly what, like, he's bringing it to desire.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. That's awesome. Yeah.
This is some stuff.
So it's like taking it deeper than I've ever really
Thought
taken
about
it.
fear.
Yeah. Nice. Tasty.
Money, respect, qualifications. We want to keep acquiring these in order to fill an assumed inner incompleteness. All the urge to achieve is based on an assumption. That assumption is that I need to achieve. Do you see this? The urge to achieve, accomplish, acquire, become something that is based on an assumption that I need to achieve, I need to become. We never question, inquire, or challenge that assumption. The need to become, the need to achieve arises from the cultivated thought that there is something missing within me. Remember, it's a cultivated thing. It's not a fact. It's not a...
Yeah, he likes it. He likes it.
Dang.
I feel like this is very pertinent to anyone looking to do spiritual work, because you think of achievement and the ambition to acquire, achieve, grow. You think of that, at least I think of that first, as very mainstream, as something that's cultivated from a very young age in a lot of people. And the idea is that you move away from that doing spiritual work, but it can trick you and come back when you're doing the spiritual work. The idea that you need something else, that you need to go somewhere,
That you're becoming something new.
yes,
Whatever it
yes.
is.
That's why John Butler, a teacher that some of you may know, his whole channel is called Spiritual Unfoldment. And that has been landing with me quite nicely lately. Because the more and more I get into the work, it feels as though it's just a dropping away, an unfolding to the thing that was just always there, that was not needed. And it's like another reference that lines up with that one. There's this artist Aurora that I've been really liking lately. One of her lines is this image of her climbing in a tree at a young age, and she found a piece of heaven waiting patiently for her. That's like the... Yeah,
Wow.
That's just the exact wordage is waiting patiently for me. And that's how it feels. It's as though the times that you maybe in your life have touched the universal truth that is you, it's as though it's like, welcome back. I'll see ya. We'll see you later. We're just going to be here, but you're going to go, and then you're going to come back, and we'll still be here. We've been here the whole time. Yeah.
Oh, that type of thing always gets back to the physical manifestation for me of our bodies and the way that they like heal themselves completely unconsciously.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like there's this like loving force there that's the most like parental, motherly, fatherly, whatever you want to call it. Just this like when you sleep at night, things are just being repaired and cleansed all through your body.
Oof.
It's
Parental is a good word for it.
yeah, it's just like it's that like mother holding her child.
Yeah.
You know, and it feels like any time that this is one thing before any sort of like spiritual deep like spiritual practice I'm going to go into, whether it's I know that I have like a certain block of time for meditation or whatever else. There's always this feeling in me like I need to like present myself in a certain way to like spirit or whatever the thing is. But then comes this like overwhelming feeling of it doesn't fucking matter what you look like when you're approaching, you know, the divine mother, father, whatever you want to call it, because they're going to see their kid show up and they're not going to care what condition their kid is in.
Whoa!
You know?
Woo!
It's like, and when that, it's such a specific feeling that hits.
Wow.
And it's just like this acceptance of who I am, how things are.
Incredible.
It's, yeah.
That's good.
Wow, all right.
Value judgment.
Existential. It's social. Are you getting it? It's not existential, it's social. Existence didn't give it to you. It's man-made. Systems around us, education, society, they gave it to us. That there is something missing within us and we need to achieve in the world in order to fill that missing stuff. As if there is a hole in the heart and you have to plug that hole with accomplishments of all kinds. Now what happens is, when you have this feeling that I am inadequate, I am unworthy, so I need to be ambitious, so I need to achieve more and more, then you have based all your self-worth on things acquired from outside. Things, ideas, relationships that are all external. Your entire sense of being, your entire self-esteem, self-worth, self-concept is now dependent upon the world. All identities are coming from outside. Everything that you think is precious is now coming from outside.
Come on.
This guy's hitting right. This
Yeah,
guy's hitting real right.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just needed to pause for a second there.
I had
Holy-
something to say.
Oh.
You know, like we often do with our talkative mouths.
Nothing important.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't important, so we're gonna unpause.
Because what have you told yourself? What have you assumed about yourself? That I am fundamentally unworthy and I'll become worthy only when I acquire such and such stuff from the world. And remember, this is cultivated. This is a part of the conditioning that is given to the child. That you don't mean much. You are unworthy. Unless you go out and achieve in the world, you are not even worthy of love. Forget about rewards. You aren't even worthy of love if you aren't an achiever. So, alright, the child goes out and he does achieve. But now his entire sense of being is dependent upon achievements. And all achievements come from the world. What comes from the world can always be taken back by the world. Fear is the name of this thought, that I can lose that which is essential.
Oh, man. He is cutting right to the chase. There's no like, let's dance around and
not messing around.
This is reminding me a decent amount of BK Shivani
Yeah.
in the no BS spirituality.
Yeah, it's
this
like-
is going to be a new thing. No BS.
No BS.
Yeah.
None of it.
None of it. Zero. Zero. Even in the way he's talking.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to listen. I'm going to talk. You're going to hear me.
Yeah, no, like between each statement, he'll just give like a quick nod before he starts again. I'm like,
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
wait a second, do I agree? Yo, what was that last line? Oh, fear is the belief that something essential can be taken away.
Try that on.
That's
for
it.
your hat.
The amount of power in that.
Yeah, because that includes everything external. That includes your body. That includes your mind. That because if that sounds like you could take that to the depth of spirituality if you want.
Yeah.
Because that points straight towards the Ramana Maharshi, who am I? Question. Straight towards it.
That's been on my mind.
That's
Oh.
been yeah. Very consistent for me is just ask.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Anything
Wow.
else?
No.
Fear is the thought that I can lose that which is central, essential, most important. And I'm repeating, it's a cultivated thought. It's a man-made thing. It is not existential. It has been implanted within us by those who are ignorant.
Hey.
That is the root of fear. The assumed sense of inner incompleteness. It shows up in many ways. We want to look good, for example. We want to pretend that we are worthy. We use makeup in all kinds of ways, not only upon our face, but also upon our mannerisms, on our CVs. This feeling that I require to be made up is a deep inferiority complex. It is that cultivated helplessness, cultivated incompleteness that I'm talking of. There is something wrong with me, and unless I do something about it, I will remain unworthy. That is what this feeling says.
This related a lot to my personal experience because I went through a phase. There was like a point in middle school around, I don't know, 7th grade or so until maybe till like I hit college where all I cared about was my image. And that drove everything for me. Like through ups and downs in my life, I tried to remain so consistent on the outside, like with my grades, with all the things I did, all the sports I played, how kind I was to other people, how much especially people above me, or like the perceived above, like teachers, things like that, the principal, how they all viewed me. It had to be perfect. And so then every single act I was doing was just complete ego. Even the most genuine seeming acts were all, the ego was just like the puppeteer behind the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, whoa. That puppeteer, fear.
Oh boy.
I wrote a poem a
You did.
long time ago that's on this channel called The Puppeteer,
Yeah.
and it's all about fear.
Bars. Yeah. Yeah.
Check it out if you're bored.
Yeah.
Wow, that's whack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like everyone that I know, including myself, has gone through a similar phase of like, it is complete external dominated.
And the crazy part is you're made to feel like that's just how things are. Because I expressed that for the first time, like that whole thing in more detail to my dad, that was cultivated in me. And he was almost seeming frustrated. Like, well, why would you feel that way? You know? And like, it just didn't understand that that's literally how our whole society's built. Yeah.
And probably also doesn't see the ways that it's built like that inside of himself.
Yeah, definitely. And so, if you don't have people like this, or like a community like we're all so lucky enough to have, that are all like trying to empower each other, you're going to come up with an idea like that and then get it squashed by someone you look up to. You know what I mean?
By the ignorant authority that he's speaking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely.
That just made me think.
Yeah.
Ignorant authority is just someone who believes they're an authority.
That's good. I
don't know.
Are you getting it? And no child is born with this feeling. This feeling is gradually, surreptitiously inserted into the mind. And the child is small, helpless, ignorant. He can't even know that this is being done to him. Forget about the child. This is being done to people of all ages, all stages, at all times. We are being continuously told that there is something seriously wrong with us and we must do something about it. You don't have a house, there is something wrong with you. Your car is small, there is something wrong with you. Come, buy our new product. Oh, you don't wear clothes of our brand? You don't deserve to be called a human being then.
If you start listening to, like, just turn on the TV.
Yeah.
I haven't watched TV in a while, more just like YouTube and stuff like that. But even on YouTube, if you really pay attention to the ad before the video, this is the root of all of it.
Definitely.
You know, it's like, and some ads will explicitly say, like word for word, or explicitly show somebody not being accepted until they have a certain thing, and then it's like, now you're the cool kid. Now you're getting all the attractive people to like you. Now it's just like,
it's the rat race.
Yeah, it is the rat race. Big time, the rat race. Yeah. And it's like, the most beautiful thing is you can watch that advertisement and just be like, go back to your BK Shivani test.
Yeah.
10 seconds. That's bullshit. Leave it.
Yeah.
You know?
And then don't even keep being frustrated by it.
Yeah.
Or anything. Like, that's
just no.
That is the
like,
BK Shivani test.
Damn.
Very good.
You aren't earning this much? Why are you alive? People don't chase you, people don't propose to you. You don't deserve to live. That's what is being continuously told, that your entire self-worth depends on what the world gives you. There was nobody, and there is hardly anybody even today, who comes and tells you that you are complete, beautiful and wonderful as you are, that your essence lacks nothing, that you might be deficient in skills or knowledge, but still at the core, at the center, you are just complete. We do not get that message ever. All messages that come to us from media, from education, from all the social systems, all the messages that come to us are messages that try to make us feel inferior in a coward way. Remember, they don't dare to tell you on your face that you are unworthy. They don't dare to do that. So what do? They do it in a very hidden way. They'll tell you that if you wear our brand of clothing, then you are the complete man. Indirectly, they have told you that if you aren't wearing my brand of clothing, then you are an incomplete man.
You see how we just paused there?
Yeah.
That was just like BK.
Yeah.
When she's like,
You are an incomplete
yeah,
man.
yes.
That is true.
They are reminding me so much of each other. And I am loving it.
Oh man. Imagine if you like anti-branded or whatever, like you saw an ad like that and you flipped it to all the negatives that it is saying underneath it all.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what your brand actually represents, if that's the type of stuff you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the core message of your brand is you aren't good enough until you have X.
Yes. Because
That's crazy.
that's just the goal, though, of our underlying... It's like you see all ads doing that because that's the goal of... That's what the society we live under has decided is the best way to go about things. Is like the whole world is becoming pretty much capitalist. And there's never a satisfaction from their end. So the ads are always going to be driven by their dissatisfaction with where they're at.
If you're consumption based, consumption is the goal of capitalism.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, there are things that you need to consume, but there are also ways in which you can consume the things you need to consume in a way that doesn't do this to you.
Yeah.
It's
Certainly.
like...
Certainly. Yeah.
Holy...
And I love... Sadhguru will say all the time, he's like, you've learned this in your life. Just fulfilling your survival processes. You're not fulfilled by it. He just says that and it just like hits. Like the way he says it.
And it's interesting because just fulfilling your survival processes is all you're doing when you're doing what these brands are telling you.
Yes.
Because your essence, like your survival process they put more barriers in between it. Because it's like, in order to survive, you need to be liked by everyone.
Yes, liked by everyone. You
get all
need
these things.
A very convenient life, more convenience. You need to do it faster. And we have the products to do that so you can survive. Yeah. Yes. Oh. Very nice.
Juice.
Yes.